Yeah, g'day FV360 fans. Your old mate Big J, Jason Fletcher here again. Today we're talking to another one of our top boxers in our best middleweight at the moment, Mick Pretty Boy Zerafa. G'day Mick, thanks for joining us here again today, mate.
No worries, mate. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, so it's finally announced, the fight that we've been waiting a fair while to see is you and Anthony the Man Mundine, mate. Were you finally happy that you're going to get this past you? Or is
100%. You know, it's a fight that should have happened earlier in the year, but obviously because of the pandemic and the virus, we've had to keep delaying it every month. So now it's here, March 13th at the Bendigo Stadium. Look, I'm expecting fireworks. Mundine looked pretty fired up.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, you can't count Chock out, but, I mean, you know, he is, we all know he's past his best, but, you know, they always say that the Warrior always has one good fight left in him, so...
100%, you can't buy his experience, and like I said, I motivated him, he's G'd up, and he said he can't wait to knock me out, so, I mean, you know, I'm training, whoever's in front of me, I'm training exactly the same, there's no difference, we're training as if we've got, 2006 Mundine in front of us. So, for me, like I said, it's a title defence. It's just a fight that's going to move me up the rankings. And again, I've been out for 14 months, so I can't jump in there with the best. I tried to get the Tszyu fight. That didn't come through. Our teams were in negotiations. And then I tried the Jeff Horn trilogy. And he was all for not fighting me. So
just on Jeff quickly, do you think that he should get back in the ring again, or do you think that he's done? Because a lot of people are thinking, and I'm one of them, that he's done enough. He should call it a day, and what do you think?
Look, I can't call that, but I mean, he's put Australia. He's done a lot in his career, and he's had some pretty big fights, big win against Manny Pacquiao. But look, I personally think he's past his best and should, he's made his money and his name, he should just retire with his family. But, I mean, who am I to say he's done? So,
yeah.
I mean, I wish him all the best, but, we still have unfinished business.
Yeah, I mean, we all wish him all the best too, but what we don't want to see, Jeff, is just get in there and just constantly get hurt time and time and time again, so...
100%. Yeah. I think the two fights with me, full stop to that, and then Tszyu obviously got the easiest Jeff Horn we've ever seen, and...
Yeah, that is fair. That is fair. So let's talk about Tim. So you had your little run-in on Wednesday night, which I found was very comical and a building up. I think you said it yourself that it's the making of Mundine, the next Mundine Green rivalry, which is exactly what Aussie boxing needs.
100%. Yeah. I've been, planted as the villain, and unfortunately I've just got to roll with that.
Oh, I wouldn't exactly call you the heel in this situation. I think it's 50-50.
Well, look, everyone's saying what they want to say, and Tszyu's this and Tszyu's that, and I wouldn't go past one round. But look, all I'm just trying to,
Who says that? I think, in my opinion, you'd give Tszyu a very good run for your money.
Well, that's what I think. I truly believe that, he's never fought anyone like me. He's fought guys that are really, really tough that just stand in front of him and try to trade. And
like Bowen Morgan did, and unfortunately, that didn't work out too well for him. So.
And he's a blown up
blown up welterweight. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, for me, I truly believe, and that's what I said. I said, man, when I was red hot after knocking out, after going 12 rounds to Cal Brooks and beating Jeff Horn, I was red hot. He was calling me out on a 4-fight plan. He wants to knock me out, this and that. And now, he's replacing me. Out of those 4, he's fought 3 of them, and he's replacing me with welterweights. And I'm just trying to make that clear that we do want that fight. And the only reason why we turned down that fight is because it was just a disrespectful offer. It was a fight that generated over $10 million, and now for me, they lowballed me with a $70,000. Offer, and that's not even after I pay my team. Nothing. I'll go home with about 15 grand.
No, okay, I didn't think it was that low. I didn't hear that it was that low, but okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's paying, and no one understands that. So for me, boxing the business, it's not about the money, but and you don't want to get disrespected, and he's offering welterweights triple the amount of money. So it just shows that he doesn't really want that fight. And off camera, his team said, Mick's a risky fight. So.
Oh well, yeah. Well, everyone has acknowledged that. I mean, I've said that from the get-go that you are an extremely risky fight for him, and that's probably why he gave you such a low offer, because you are such a risk, and that's just the facts. I mean,
well, that's exactly right, and that's what I'm trying to tell people, and that's why I went there on Wednesday and just said, mate, I'm here. Stop fighting welterweights, and obviously everyone says what they want to say, and I support him and his team, but unfortunately it's not the fight that the people want to see. So
yeah, well, maybe in time, hopefully, and I really don't want that to be this generation's fight that got away, because if you look at the last generation's fight, Sam Solomon never fought Danny Gill, unfortunately, which is probably one of the best fights. I could never figure out how that fight never came about, because that would have been massive. But I really don't want you guys to be another one that, this generation's fight that got away. I want it to be this generation's fight that happened. It was great. So but bide your time on that one, because if he wins a world title, go after him then. So,
100%. Like I said, either he'll go on and lose, and I wish him all the best in his career, but he'll either go on and lose and come back, and then he'll need a building fight again, which will either be a tough fight with me, or I'll end up winning something that he wants, and that fight will end up happening. So, look, I think in the next 12 to 18 months, the fight will happen. It's in negotiations now with my team. We're back and forth, pretty much playing tennis with the right deal. But look, I needed a fight because it's been 14 months, and there was no one left for me in the division that I haven't already fought. Other than Mundine, and Mundine again, I didn't call him out. He said, I want to fight Zerafa. I want to knock him out, this and that. And me and my team sat down and said, look, we need a building fight to get back. We've got to defend our title, or else we're going to be stripped. And financially, it was probably the best fight on the table.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
People don't understand that, and I tell everyone, you go work free, and everyone's like, oh, no, I wouldn't do it. I'm like, exactly, this is my full-time job, everyone's like, oh, just prove how good you are. So I don't have to prove how big my balls are, I've been overseas and fought the best, Tszyu hasn't done that, so he's fighting welterweights and everyone's going crazy. So, the quicker people understand and learn that, the better boxing will be.
Yeah, exactly. I'm being very not critical of Tszyu, anything he's doing, but at the moment I'm just like, yeah, come on, mate. You're in 154. You need to fight 154 established opponents like Liam Smith or Jared Swift-Hurd or one of those sort of fellas. So until he fights one of those and beats them, I'm like, yep, okay. He's doing things at the moment which are good, but he really needs to cement his place at the 154 division. I hope he does, because he's got the ability to do it.
Oh, 100%. I never doubt his ability.
Yeah.
And everyone says to me, oh, you say this and say that. I said, mate, if you see every interview, I do nothing but crazy. I just say the fight needs to happen.
And he's a nice bloke. Who doesn't like Tszyu?
I've got nothing against Tszyu. His dad's a legend in the sport. His last name's a legend in the sport. But it's a fight that needs to happen. And may the better man win. He beats me, mate, good luck. I beat him, all the best. It's just a fight that I want to give back to the Australian boxing fans. It's not an ego thing. I just want to. I'm a professional boxer. I train super hard. I diet super hard. I just want to be involved in the best fights, the biggest fights, and just give the Australian boxing public what they pay to see.
Blake Capillero is also on the undercard. He was supposed to actually have that fight with Joshua Putz. Can't pronounce his name. But he hurt his hand, and that was devastating for Blake. I felt really sorry for him. So
100%. Blakey's on the urge of fighting for a world title and big things with Blakey and Team LaBruna, and he's fighting a guy that he's beaten. It was a close fight, but it'll be entertaining. A lot of people said it was very, very close, so we're looking forward to it. So Blakey's coming out to make statements this fight. He got the win the first time around, but he wants to really silence the crowd now with a devastating win. So I'm looking forward to that. We've got the debut of Benji Bomber. There's some really good up-and-comers on the card too, so I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And, it's going to be a cracking... It really is going to be a cracking... So it's going to be an Epicenter TV. So once you get past the Mundine fight, what's next on the card? Do you have a fight? Do you have 3 or 4 people that you would like to line up against in the middleweight division besides Tim? Obviously you've got to have a few backup plans. Who are you looking for past? Obviously, you're not going to look past Mundine, but there's got to be, what's the 2021 entail past Mundine for Zerafa?
Well, look, at the end of the year, we want to fight for a world title. That's why, we've fought the Mundine, because, we're sitting at number 7 in the WBA, and obviously defending this against Mundine will move me, to number 5 or number 4. And then we'll hang around there, and we want to really have a crack at Murata, the WBA world champion. And, again, our teams are back and forth in negotiations with him. So there's a lot of things that are planned. And in Australia, I truly believe I've cleaned out my backyard. The only ones that are left is the Tszyu fight. Or the trilogy with Jeff Horn. Besides that, these guys are like these Hardmans and Iman Carloses and Benny Mahoney's, mate. They're awesome fighters. I've got nothing against them, or it's just they're only 14 or 12 to 15 fights in. I'm 34 fights in nearly, so And I'm highly world rated as a middleweight. I've been in there with 5 world champions. I fought for 2 interim world titles. I've won every regional title, Commonwealth title. So for me, there's a lot I've achieved, and I didn't get any handouts. So these guys that are calling my name out and stuff, credit to them, but we're looking for bigger and better things, and everyone's saying, oh, yeah, then so why are you fighting Mundine? Again, this is a fight that's going to move me forward. So regardless of what everyone's thinking, career-wise, it actually will move me forward. So, I mean, people need to understand boxing's a business. It's not a test of ego or how big your balls are. So, I mean, look, for me, I'll beat Mundine. Hopefully all goes well. I'm definitely not looking past Mundine. He looks switched on. He looks ready. I mean, so... it takes one punch. You can't buy his experience, but I'm training. I'm fighting for a world title. So
absolutely,
it doesn't matter who's in front of me. I'm coming to make statements, and if the Tszyu fight comes on, let's do it. And if not, I'll probably head back overseas and risk the reward over there.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just with the negativity around the fight. Most people are condemning the fight and all that. How do you handle that? I mean, is there a way you just do like, oh well, bugger it, you're not the ones fighting, as I spoke to you before. They're not the ones in the ring, so what do they know? Or is it water off a duck's back, or does it actually motivate you more to really make a statement and people they want to see the legitimise of the fight. So, I mean, you said before that, Mundine's the only one around with the reputation and the credentials to fight, which is completely fair enough because, no one else around in the middleweight division in Australia is world ranked. You're the only one. So...
Well, yeah, look, I try not to get too involved in it. I mean, some of the comments are pretty savage. I had one guy this morning basically bag, my nationality, and he started bagging my family.
Oh, you can't go doing that. No, that's completely unacceptable.
Stuff like that's a bit disheartening. It's a bit sad to read, considering I've done nothing to these people.
Yeah, but, I don't. If I'm critical of someone, I'm critical of their in-ring ability. You don't go attacking someone's fan. That's just unnecessary.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So I try not to get too involved in it, and I just try to block it out. But yeah, look, it is what it is. Again, like I said, boxing's a business, and I've proven myself. I've fought the best in Australia to be the best in Australia. It's not like I woke up one morning, went to my ladder boxing, got a certificate saying I'm number one. You know what I mean? I fought my way to the top. I beat Jeff Horn. I've went 12 rounds with Cal Brooks. I fought Peter Quinlan. I fought the Russian world champion. So I fought everybody. Been all in their backyards. Had to fight all of them overseas. You know what I mean? So I've done it tough. I've had to climb the ranks the hardest way. Like I said, I'm a veteran in the sport now. I'm only 28 years old and I have 34 fights in a 9-year career. So, I've been active, I've been busy, and I just try to block it out. Like I said, while these guys are sitting there writing what they want to write on their Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, like they're working a 9 to 5 job for somebody and probably hating their job. So, I sometimes feel sorry for them, and I just let them blow out the steam on social media, keyboard warriors they call them.
Yeah, I can't. Man, if I'm going to have if I got something to say, I'll say it to their face. So
Well, that's exactly right. The fact that they get on there and type what they want to type, I'll block it out. But
who cares?
Exactly right.
Exactly. Well, it's going to be a fantastic event. It's really going to prop you up. It's going to be on Epicenter TV. The subscription for that is available on their website and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so people can actually get to watch the fight.
100%, yeah. And I'll post it, and everyone will post it upstairs as it gets closer. The event will post it, Bendigo Stadium. So there'll be links everywhere, and hopefully everyone gets on it, tunes in. Not only my fight, but there's a grouse undercard. It's just good to support local boxing. You know what I mean? Just to get behind. Everyone's sitting there bagging Mundine, but everyone paid $60 to watch Mark Hunt. And Paul Gallen, who's a rugby player and someone who's older than Mundine and retired numerous of times. You know what I mean? And not only that, the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. fight. You know what I mean? So people don't even know what they're actually talking about when they start having to go at boxing. So it's good to see that everyone gets behind it. And like I said, I wish Mundine all the best. May the better man win.
Absolutely. What's the capacity of the Bendigo Stadium? Is there any restrictions for that? Are they going to have a smaller crowd, or is it all going to be? Is it 8,000 they can hold, or how many can actually?
Yeah, so it's 6,000 it holds, and then obviously there's going to be table seating when they've got the 1.5 metre tabling distance. But I think it holds around about 7,000, 8,000. So it was packed when I fought Jeff Horn. It was fully sold out. So hopefully we can do it again, and it's looking that way now because all the tables are pre-booked and pre-ordered and pretty much sold out. So, it's looking like it's going to be a full capacity again.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for talking to us too again at FV360, mate. We're actually going to try and make our way out to the fight because we actually want to get there and, do our little bit and publicise as much as we can, mate. So we appreciate you talking to us today, and thanks for talking to us again at FV360. Please like and subscribe the video, guys. Thanks, Mick.